Okay. So Megan, just to confirm, you don't mind me publishing this to YouTube?
No, not at
Thanks. Great. So you were saying, well, say me again your slogan.
I said I'm just trying to get as much fun stuff in this short life as I can.
Wow, I just love that slogan. I don't know why. Too many people don't realize how short life really is and how precious it is. We waste so much time on BS, right?
Yeah,
on
for
things
sure.
that don't matter. But then you told me you are a what kind of nurse?
I'm an ER nurse.
Oh, emergency room.
Yes.
ER. Okay. The quarter is starting to fall in my brain. And that is why you said that. Is trying to make life worth living, right?
Yeah.
And trying to make to get a lot of fun things in, but also like you're visiting your 90-year-old grandma.
Yep.
That's not just fun. That is making a big effort to see your grandma.
Yeah. Well, she's a really cool lady, so, and if I only get a couple more years with her, I want to make sure I got all those memories. And
yeah, right. And so, but then still, I find it remarkable that somebody as young as you are, you're in your 20s or something, has that kind of mindset. But it's also very brave of you to be already a nurse in the ER. Wow, I could never do a job like that.
yeah,
So.
just I did traveling nursing for a little while.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's what brought me down here originally.
Oh, that explains it. You've been all over the place.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah, and that's why. So after where is your grandma again?
She's in Indiana.
Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna go to Chicago.
I'm going to Chicago first, and then my uncle's gonna pick me up and bring me to Indiana.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a real family undertaking, right?
Yeah, we're doing a whole big party for her. He only turned
really?
90 once.
That's so true. And yeah, we all hope to get there. That's for sure. Oh wait, I have to take it right here. And so, and travel nurse, how was that for you?
It was pretty cool for a while. I went to see some pretty cool places, and I met some really awesome people.
Where did it take you?
Huh?
Where did it take you?
I went to Asheville, North Carolina, and then I did 3 months in Alaska. And then
wow.
I did 3 months, or I did about 8 weeks in Fishersville, Virginia, which is like at the base of the Shenandoah Mountains.
Okay.
And then I came down here, and I kind of just stayed for a little while, but I am planning on taking another contract here soon, September to December, out in Denver, Colorado.
And then you're going to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Skiing.
We'll see. I've never skied before, so.
My daughter says it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
She's in Colorado. Colorado is beautiful. I visited it once. Sure, it's beautiful. So, how does that work? You get to choose your own contract as a travel nurse, or do they just put you wherever they need you?
No, you get to pick. You decide where you want to go, and then if you work through an agency, then they will give you contracts in that area, and you can decide whether or not you want to take the contract. But this time I did like an internal contract, so I'm just going and doing a travel assignment within this one hospital system, and I just went to them and they gave me an internal contract.
Oh, okay. And so does a travel nurse make more money than a normal nurse, or not?
Typically, yeah, because there's a stipend that you get for living expenses.
Right. But so that means that you're not living together yet with somebody.
No, just me.
Because that's hard.
Yeah, it is pretty hard. That's one of the downsides of it.
So I suppose then it's like a little bit like. No, you couldn't do that. If you married and he would have a job in the office and you would be a travel nurse, that doesn't add up. So I suppose then the travel nurses are always young people?
Not necessarily. I know some people that will just travel and their spouse or their significant other will stay home, and then they'll come home after their 3 months and spend some time with them. Or I know other like people that have work from home jobs.
Okay.
My best friend, her husband is a travel PT, but she work from home, so she just, as long as she has her computer, then she can go anywhere pretty much.
Oh, that is perfect, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you would need. You would need a guy with a laptop.
Yeah, pretty much.
In a way. Or somebody who if they're it sounds a little bit like military as well.
Kind
The
of,
military guys sometimes, like especially the Navy and stuff, they go sailing for half a year and then they're home for 3 months.
Yeah, it's
Like
sort of
that.
similar.
So maybe like that.
A little bit less serious, but yeah, similar in the.
But you
the
still
layout.
have, yeah, and you still have the travel itch.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I've been down here in Florida for over a year at this point. I've been here for like a year and a half.
Okay.
I took like a little break from traveling,
Yeah.
and it was nice to have like some friends for a little while.
Right.
So
Right.
it's hard to be the new guy everywhere you go.
It is hard. I did it myself when I was I am in computers,
Mhm.
and I worked for this organization with orphanages in Central America, and they would send me wherever they needed me, and I would then go to the next country every month, be in another country,
Hmm.
and within half a year I was just exhausted.
Yeah, it's
But then-
tiring.
What I did is I made one country my base. And so that was in El Salvador, and from El Salvador I would go to all the other countries in Central America,
Oh, that's really
but
cool.
always go back to the base.
Yeah,
And then it became possible. Then I loved it, and I had such a good time actually.
yeah.
You know?
I think that's
So-
probably what I'm gonna do with this.
Well, that's what you just did, right?
Kind of, yeah.
You were needing a base, so you created a base for yourself, have
Yeah.
some friends and stuff like that, and then you go again.
Yeah, and I'll keep my job down here, my PRN job, my like per diem job at the hospital, and I'll just fly back to work whatever the minimum requirements are.
Yeah, you couldn't do it like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the plan.
And so, wherever you go, you always like put in the ER, or
Yeah, I specifically stay in the ER. That's my specialty.
that's your specialty?
Yeah.
I don't understand how you guys can do it. I mean, just thinking of the ER, my stomach turns because it's where all the horrible stuff comes in.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the easier parts.
Oh, really?
I think a lot of it is the hardest part is like the emotional and the mental part of like dealing with people at their worst, like basically their worst day. I think that part's much harder.
Okay. I'm not sure I understand you completely. So, because the people are on their worst, or
Yeah, I mean, whenever people come to the ER, they're having like their worst day. And people don't just come
Right.
to the ER because they're fun.
but aren't they super happy to be in the ER because you're going to be the savior?
Not normally, no. Usually people are pretty anxious and sometimes very mean. And I mean, of course, you take it with a grain of salt because obviously they're not their normal self, but
Yeah.
that takes a toll. I think that's the hardest part of it, is like dealing with people when they think that everybody thinks that their emergency is the biggest emergency, but
Of
it's not
course.
always, which is hard for
Right.
them to comprehend, and then
Right.
people get frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, and I understand it. It's hard, especially with the volume that we see down here at this hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty intense, so people end up waiting for a while and they get upset, which is understandable. And then a lot of times people will come in with like chronic problems and we can't really like fix them.
Mm-hmm.
Our like slogan in the ER is, we're really good at telling you what you don't have, but we're not very good at telling you what you do have, because we only have the resources to rule out anything like super life-threatening.
Yeah.
Anything further is, we can't really do much.
Yeah, then you need specialized doctors and investigation and
Yeah, pretty much.
scanning and all of
Yeah,
those
more
kind of
in-depth
things.
testing than we're able to do
Exactly.
in the ER.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you still for your service, because
Thanks.
it's amazing that there's people like you that save our lives when we most need it. Yeah. And I still find this fascinating. I mean, I know like people who travel or like to travel, they go usually, I don't know, like being a steward or a cabin personnel on an airline or something like that.
Yeah.
But travel nursing, that is. I'm from the Netherlands, and over there they don't have that, I guess. But here I've heard it before, and I'm happy now to talk to you to learn a little bit more about it. Wow, you sure picked some nice weather, hey?
I know. Hoping it clears up. They've already
Look at
delayed my
this.
flight once.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's hope they haven't delayed it any further.
What time is your flight?
9:17 now.
Oh, they've been postponing it?
Just once. They delayed it by like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Or 20 minutes. I think it was the weather that rolled in pretty quickly here.
Yeah, it could be. And there's no storms predicted. It's just lightning and rain.
Yeah, just hopefully a quick one.
Yeah. It's not like New York the other day where just the whole airport was closed for a whole day because of the storms.
Yeah, I know. My family lives in Jersey and they were experiencing all of that.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, tell me something about you. Tell me a story about your grandma.
About my grandma?
Yeah. Maybe.
I remember growing up, her and my grandfather, they'd always come out for Thanksgiving, and she would always get our lunches ready in the morning for school, because we would have to go to school and then we'd have a holiday and then they would go home. They'd usually stay for like a week or two. And she would make us a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And every time we would get to school and we would eat this peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it always tasted really funny because she would always put peanut butter, and then jelly on it. And I just thought that was like the weirdest thing.
Butter and jelly?
And jelly, yeah. And I was like, why does she have to have the butter on there?
Did you ever ask?
I didn't ever ask her why she did that, but I think it was because she grew up in like a really big family. They had a lot of kids, and so I don't think they had a lot of like peanut butter and jelly, and so they supplemented with butter, which maybe was cheaper. I don't know.
Okay. Or maybe she thought, well, that's the peanut. Now I have to put the butter,
yeah.
and then put the jelly.
I don't know. I just always thought that was really funny though.
You know what's also good is a peanut butter with cheese sandwich.
Peanut butter with cheese? I can't say I've ever tried that. Yeah. I've heard people do peanut butter and pickles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I gotta try that one day.
I don't know that I would ever try it.
That's cool. Oh, and try this one. Peanut butter with chocolate sprinkles.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything peanut butter chocolate is pretty delicious.
That's true, right? Yeah. But they don't have that here. Like what we do in the Netherlands, I'm from the Netherlands, we do like butter on the bread, and I put chocolate sprinkles.
Okay.
Just chocolate on the bread, and it is so good.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And then you have it like dark chocolate or milk chocolate or white chocolate, doesn't matter, or mixed or.
Wow.
Yeah, for on the bread.
Could really go kind of crazy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, funny that that's not a thing here. Here you have chocolate sprinkles, but you do it on the cake.
Yeah, or ice cream.
Or on the ice cream.
Are they sprinkles or is it just like shaved chocolate that you put on?
No, it's like sprinkles.
It's like sprinkles.
Yeah. So you put a little bit of butter because it needs to stick, right? Otherwise it falls off. So and we put always butter on the bread. So maybe your grandma was a little half Dutch or so.
I think she may have been.
Maybe that's because that's what we do in the Netherlands. We put butter first.
Yeah.
Then we put peanut butter, and then the jelly or the cheese or the chocolate sprinkles or
maybe
all of it.
I don't know. I knew she grew up all in the States here, so I know she didn't grow up like anywhere else. But maybe her mom
used to do it like that.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's where she got it from. I don't know. But
all right, ask her, okay?
I'll ask her when I see her.
Yeah. Tell her that the Uber driver said so.
Tell her.
Now it's gonna take about a week before I publish your video.
Okay.
If you change your mind, let me know. I'll take it down. But other than that, it should be up in about a week. Still have a backlog of videos to do. But,
sounds great.
Yeah. Nice talking to you, Megan.
It was nice to talk to you too.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Hey, which airline?
Spirit.
Spirit.
I like to travel, but I don't have the budget for that fancy travel.
Right. Spirit. Super quiet on the airport.
Yay.
Yay.
I love to hear that.
Right. Okay, there you go. Did you have anything in the back?
No, I didn't. Just my backpack.
Okay. Well,
thank you very much for the
Thank
ride.
you for flying the door.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye, Megan.
Bye.